Hello, students. Yes, this is another lame math tutorial video from the lame math teacher known as Mr. Baldwin. As you can see, I got a request for this video from a student who shall remain nameless. However, he should make sure he is watching this video. On the board in front of me, you can see the steps for long division. So I'm going to go over each step and then I'm going to do an example. Look at the first digit of the dividend and ask, can I divide? My second step is basically an answer to that. If no, multiply by 0. So if you answer no, you have to multiply by 0. If you answer yes, then multiply by what you need. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Fourth, subtract from the digit or digits. Sometimes you'll have more than one digit in the front of your dividend. Always check your multiplication. Then after that, check your subtraction. You may laugh, but this is where you make the biggest mistakes. Step 7, bring down the next digit. I like to use big arrows because they look really cool. Step 8, repeat until no digits are left in the dividend. Once you can't bring anything else down, you know you're done unless you're dealing with decimals, but we're not going to talk about those right now. Whatever is left over is a remainder. You have to report it as such. Now, we report remainders in a bunch of different ways. For this video, we're just going to use the big R and write the number that's left over. On the left-hand side of the board, you can see the words divide, multiply, subtract, check, and bring down. That's my little reminder to let me know what I'm supposed to do. And yes, I actually wrote that down before I wrote the steps. At this point, I'm going to swing the camera wildly and go to my example problem. I'm an animal. Now, as you can see, I also have a place value chart to make sure I line everything up. Believe it or not, there are some kids that don't know how to line things up and have a lot of issues with division. So please be sure of that. You'll notice that I'm dividing 8,523 by 8. And on the right side of the board, I have written down the 8 times table. The reason I do that is because some kids don't know their multiplication facts instantaneously. So if you're one of those kids, don't feel bad. I write them down so I can see them to make the division faster. If you feel comfortable doing that, go for it. Now, as you can see, I divide. 8 goes into 8 how many times? 1. So then I multiply. 8 times 1, that gives me 8. I subtract, that gives me 0, and I bring down the 5. Now I ask myself, can I divide 8 into 5? The answer is no, so I have to multiply by 0. 8 times 0 equals 0, and I bring down the 2. So that's going to give me 52. Sorry, 5 times 0. 5 minus 0. It's been a long day. There's bloopers going on. So I have 52. 52 minus 48 gives me 4. So after I get the 4, I bring down the 3, which gives me 43. Where did I get the 48 from? 8 times 6 equals 48. After that, I have 43. The closest number I can use is 40, so that's 8 times 5. 8 times 5 is 40. 43 minus 40 equals 3. Since I no longer have any more numbers in the dividend, I know I have to stop. So 3 is going to be my remainder. This is just a quick overview of how you can do long division. I didn't want to make it too boring or too out of whack, but I wanted to make sure everybody had something to look at and use in case we forgot how to use long division. There are other ways to divide, but I didn't want to cover them now. If you're still interested, as always, just reach out, send me a message, and I will create more videos for you. The next video that's coming has to do with estimates, and it'll show you how I estimate certain numbers. But for now, have a great day, stay safe, and be well. Bye, guys.